Attention all viewers, the program you are about to watch, Searching for Sasquatch, Chapter 2, The Watchers, is for entertainment purposes. Accounts described by guests are claimed to be true and accurate. Some names have been changed to protect individual privacy. Jason Kenzie is an expert animal adventurer with 25 years of field experience. Caution and companionship is advised for all who venture into the deep forest or backcountry.
Some researchers believe that Sasquatch is a primate walking upright, a biped called Gigantopithecus that used to live 300,000 years ago. Others believe they are ET in nature, creatures brought to Earth by alien life forms. The best part about searching for an alleged 900-pound hairy creature in British Columbia is the fact you can search in snow and in temperate coastal rainforests, all in one day. There is a large number of the population throughout North America that has no idea what lies beyond their concrete jungle, and they never venture into the deep, dark forest. With every step I take investigating this cryptid, I am led further and further down the Bigfoot hole. Okay, it's really just a deep footprint, but I am wondering if maybe, just maybe, could this creature be real? This is crazy. It is so beautiful out here. I mean, this place is just alive with wildlife. Welcome to Chapter 2, Searching for Sasquatch. And I'm so glad that you're coming along this journey. This one is very exciting. I am about to go and meet this ex-law enforcement officer. She said that she has an incredible story about seeing not just Sasquatches, but a UFO too. Could this be true? I'm not sure. But guess what? I'm also going to be meeting this lady who is a medium. And she has been contacted by a God being. I know, I'm not kidding. This God being has told her a lot of, interesting stuff, including what Sasquatches are. Could this be real also? I'm not sure. But she's quite interesting. What are we waiting for? Come on, let's go. We live in a world where people love their pets more than anything else. As an extreme pet photographer, I am hired to photograph the most amazing animals people live with. I'm Jason Kenzie, and these are my chronicles. These are my animal adventures. Oh, you can see the colors.
My champagne fox.
Rats and stuff around it. This is what life is about. In Chapter 1, I journey into the backcountry of the Sasquatch Mountains to search for the creature known as Sasquatch. There I interviewed 3 eyewitnesses who claimed to have seen strange glowing red eyes. After being told about large footprints leading into a mountain lake, I knew I had to go and see this for myself. Not only were there footprints, but I discovered hundreds of prints leading all the way through to the other side. Locals and First Nations believe that this could possibly be a migration path for Sasquatch. And this might be true if they indeed do exist. Oh, I'm very excited. I'm on my way to meet this lady. She is an ex-law enforcement officer. She says that she had an experience seeing a UFO with 2 Sasquatches. I know, this is an exciting story. Now, I'm not sure if there is aliens flying around up in outer space. But what's interesting, I have seen actual footage of what appears to be a UFO, an unidentified flying object, being chased by another unidentified flying object. Now, I know it wasn't a shooting star and it wasn't a satellite, because this UFO, it turned 180 degrees. I know. It was such crazy footage. I had to hide her identity because in this day and age, there's a lot of people that like to ridicule people who say they see Sasquatches and UFOs. But whatever happens, this is going to be exciting. 2, 1, action. Hi, it is so nice to meet you. So please don't be nervous and start at the very beginning and explain to me exactly what happened to you.
My experience happened the summer of 2001. I was driving along this gravel road, like coming back from fishing around 7 p.m. And then all of a sudden I saw this bright light fly over the truck. And so I slammed my brakes and I could see a metal oval shaped craft hovering 15 feet above the forest treetops.
Well, tell me, how far were you from this object?
I'd say easily that was like 200 feet away.
Oh, wow. So what exactly did it sound like?
It was so strange, let me tell you. It made like no sounds whatsoever. Like it was dead silent.
Wow, that is so crazy interesting. So what happened next?
All of a sudden, there was a bright flash, so like I covered my eyes. Like when the light faded, there walking out of the tree line were these two massive gorilla-looking creatures, way taller and way wider, and walking upright on 2 legs. I could see like them following along, like these hairy things moving as they walked towards me. One was like a little shorter than the other.
Wow, that would scare the hell out of me. Weren't you scared?
Hell yeah, I was scared. Like, what if those creatures saw me and came after me? I had nothing to do. I couldn't defend myself. And then suddenly, there was another bright flash of light, and the metallic craft was like gone, like almost in the blink of an eye. The creatures, Sasquatches, or whatever they were, didn't even look back. And so obviously I didn't want to stick around there anymore. And so I put my truck in a drive and I burned right out of there. It was like the scariest thing I could have ever seen.
So did you report this to any of the UFO groups? And what did they say about your experience?
No, I never told anybody about this. You see, I'm an ex-law enforcement officer, and I could imagine that it'd be pretty ridiculous to try and tell all of my partners that I had just seen something. Like, I would have been made fun of. I don't want to be ridiculed for something that I saw. Everybody would think I was insane.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for having the courage to come forward to tell me your story. Well, I got the map that you gave me of the location where you had your experience. I'm going to head there in a couple days to see what I can find. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much as well, Jason. It just feels really good to finally talk about it because I've been holding it in for so many years.
Well, that was such a crazy interview. And Jane X, she seems like such a nice person. Now, I don't know what to think. I mean, there's one thing to believe that there could be thousands of these 9-foot hairy humanoids walking in our forests. But there's another thing to believe that maybe they could be an alien from another world. I mean, I just don't know. Well, I'm on my way to pick up my buddy Mickey. He's going to join me to this location. Well, you know what? Jane X never told me exactly where this spot was, but she did give me a few clues. Well, this is going to be fun. Well, this is going to be exciting. I hope Mickey's ready. Mickey, hey.
Good, how you doing, Jason?
Hey, good to see you. Hey, you all set for some adventure?
I'm ready, let's do it.
Hey, is it okay if I use your computer for a sec? I want to see where we're going.
Yeah, sure, it's right in there, go ahead.
All right, perfect. Today is going to be very exciting. I am going to be heading with my buddy Mickey out to an area where the locals have told their friends and family not to go out at night because they hear screams, they hear the yelps and the wood knocking. This is out by Sasquatch Mountain, just at the base I'm very excited to see what I can find. All right, Mickey, let's go. As we drove towards the unknown, it was clear to me that the possibility of finding anything was high. Just knowing I was with a friend that would stand beside me if anything were to happen. We are going into an area that has a high population of cougar and chipmunks. The dangers of driving these logging roads is puncturing a tire, and being 2 hours from civilization, it makes for a long walk to get cell service. As Mickey and I walk out over this embankment, we are greeted with a beautiful view. And then, off to the right, we spot something that could possibly be an area that could sleep a very large animal. This is so amazing. We saw these caves from a distance. They're up there. Look how big that cave is.
Oh, that is huge.
So I'm out here right now with my buddy Mickey, and we're going to be searching for footprints of this alleged Sasquatch. Because if they're real, they have to be leaving footprints around. Wow, look at this one over here, Mickey.
That is big.
Wow.
Let's see what we can find. That's big enough for you.
Oh my gosh, this is big enough for a large
animal to sleep in.
Yes.
Have a shelter. Overnight caves and places to hide. Wow.
Mickey, what is that there? After interviewing an ex-law enforcer who says she had an experience with a UFO and possibly a sighting of 2 Sasquatches.
So I slammed my brakes, and I could see a metal oval-shaped craft hovering 15 feet above the forest treetops. Massive gorilla-looking creatures.
I met up with my good friend Mickey, and we ventured deep into the location where the sighting took place. We had just stumbled onto an area dotted with a labyrinth of caves, and I just discovered something interesting. Wow. Mickey, what is that there? Wow, this is actually pretty cool. Like, it seems like something has been ripping this apart, but there's many animals that do this kind of ripping of the bark. Right? There's bears, there's foxes. So the one thing I'm not seeing here.
No footprints.
Well, I don't see any. You know, if something's eating in here, you'd see, you know, like little bones. You would see feathers or fur. Mickey, yes. I'm gonna do a howl.
Let's see if we can get a reaction.
Woo! You wanna give it a try? Oh, that's one heck of an echo. Well, there's nothing here that I can see, so I think we're going to head back to the other side and see if we can find some prints. So Mickey and I, we are actually looking for footprints, and
holy cranky!
Flying up. As you can see, that can be very dangerous here. And Mickey, I think something's wrong with this light. You know, I think the batteries are dying. Here.
Hey, Jason, what is that over there? You see it?
I know what that is.
Seems like it's hanging off the tree.
Mickey, this is called old man's beard. It's also called lichen. And what's cool about this stuff, you can use it as medicine for stuff like athlete's foot.
Jason, are you trying to tell me you got athlete's foot, bud?
No.
What are you looking at, Jay?
Well, I can't believe how lichen looks so much like fur, and how this stuff can scare people. Ha! You don't scare me. Okay, we have to be very careful. Don't want to break our legs. Well, I think this is a good place to maybe do a howl.
Want to try one?
Yeah, do you want to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay, go for it. That was pretty good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll try one. I think my howl sounded like it was ill.
It sounded like somebody's dying. Either that or it might be a mating call.
You know what? Maybe mine sounds like a female. Maybe I'll try a male one. Okay, here we go. Oh! Well, the echo is pretty amazing. If Sasquatch isn't here at the moment, he sure in the hell will be here soon. Because we're basically telling him that we're here. Do you want to find something and we'll do a wood knock? Find a piece of wood. Well, okay, well, you got one chance, because I guarantee that one knock is going to break that piece of wood. Do it on that right beside you. Okay, be careful. Oh. Did you hear that? Sounds like something's over there.
Sounds like something's buzzing.
I think I see something over there. Wait. What is that? Well, I'm not sure what I'm looking at, Mickey, but I think what I'm seeing is this pareidolia phenomena that I've heard about. Have you noticed that it's very quiet here?
Extremely.
Pareidolia is an imagined perception of a pattern or meaning where it does not actually exist. Common examples are perceived images of animals, faces, or objects in cloud formations, or in this case, faces in bushes, rock outcrops, or forest settings.
Whoa, Jay, what is this?
Oh, this is cool. Wow, this is like a deer bone of some kind.
Do you think it's a doe?
I don't know if it's a female deer. Hey, you know what? I wonder, do you think females might get closer to Sasquatch because they're female?
Well, Jay, they do smell better than us.
Yeah, they sure do. Well, I can see Sasquatch being more comfortable approaching females.
Oh, Jay, maybe you should dress in drag.
That's not going to happen. I do know one thing is... Wait,
No.
Wait, stop. Don't move. Don't move. Stop. 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 Look, I know you're scared. Not what you think it is.
Is that a Sasquatch?
No. No. If anything, it could be a bear.
What?
Okay, you know what? Bears are actually hibernating right now, so maybe it's a cougar. Okay, I suck at this. You know what? Where are you gonna go? We're in the middle of nowhere. Just come back. It's better. You're safe in a team.
Okay.
Okay, come on.
Just come back, I'll protect you.
Okay.
Hey, we need to go check out to see what that is.
Yeah, let's go.
Protecting him? What about protecting yourself, Mickey? Who knows what's up there?
It was over there somewhere, Jay.
Yeah. As Mickey and I head into the direction of where the tree fell, my mind is going a mile a minute. To be honest, I was just as scared as my camera person. Okay, so I think it came from over here. What was it that caused this tree to fall? Could it really be the legendary Sasquatch?
I think we should go over there, right in that corner.
Well, I'm just about to find out. So
You see anything?
no, I don't.
Oh.
I think it was in this spot
I
here.
think it was around here somewhere. I think it was on there towards the right. Oh, right there.
This here?
Yep, that big little log right there.
Wow,
Whoa,
this
look at
is
it.
cool.
That is cool. Look at it. Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's like
So,
look at that.
you know what? I think this was just old and
Snow.
rotted and just ready to
To fall down.
fall down. Yeah, that's,
Wow, what's the coincidence of that?
well, you know, trees fall all the time in the forest. We just happen to be at the right time, the right place. I don't see anything.
No, I don't see anything here either. Just a broken tree.
Well, Mickey, I think it's time we should get out of here.
Yeah, time to get out of here. Well, that was a fun adventure.
Yeah, that was amazing. As Mickey and I left the forest after a night of searching for any evidence of Sasquatch, I have to leave because I have an interesting lady to interview. But before I meet Carole, I stop at my computer so I can learn a little bit more about what PAX is. I can't see nothing with these on. I don't even wear glasses. I just want to put these on just so I look intelligent. Well, that was weird. I don't even own a cat. Well, this is exciting. I'm on my way to Langley, BC right now. I'm going to be meeting this lady by the name of Carole Borgens. Now, she is a medium and she channels spirits. She has published many books. She's world famous and she has thousands of followers. Why? Because she channels this spirit god by the name of Pax. Now, Pax has told her some stuff about the Sasquatch, and I'm very interested to hear what Carole has to tell me. Well, no matter what happens, it's going to be exciting. So I don't know exactly what to believe. I really want this to be real, and I'm just going to let Carole tell you exactly what PAX is. That's recording. All right. Take two. Hi, Carole. It's so nice to meet you. And can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yes, thank you. It's wonderful to meet you too. My name is Carole Serene Borgens. I'm from Victoria, British Columbia, originally. I worked as a nurse there for many years, as well as in the United States. Always being a student of things metaphysical. Many years ago, I was channeling. I was doing past life regressions for people in private sessions. I was studying everything, including spirit, energy, and communication. And one evening when I was channeling in my office, channeling spirit, the energy shifted completely, and I was introduced at that time to Spirit Pax. And Pax came through with a request for me. Would I consider becoming his channel? Because he had things to say to we here on the planet who were not treating Mother Earth well. We are out of balance, and the spirit world wanted to bring us guidance. Since then, I've been channeling the Pax wisdom and guidance.
So is there just one spirit?
It's a universal wisdom, the greater wisdom.
So on that day when he came to you, exactly what were you doing?
I was sitting at my desk with a paper and pencil because my form of channeling is via automatic writing. There are people who are voice channels, trance channels. They go into a deep trance and a spirit essentially takes over their body.
Do you hear like his voice?
Most of the time I do not. It just comes through and out my hand and arm, and it transmits right through me like an electrical current. It just goes through. The other request Pax had for me at that time was that I put the writings, the guidance, the teachings into book form so it could be shared with the world. I asked, why me? And his response quote was, because you're new at this, you have no bad habits, and you will change none of my words. That is our agreement. That is my contract.
So are you like speaking to God himself?
That's a very good question. I would like to read from what Pax says in the Do Unto Earth book to answer that question, if I may.
This is one of your books that you've published.
Yes. In answer to that question, Pax says, we are one with the universe, not the universe alone. We are the divine universe, yes, and the God being, and the greater wisdom, that which knows and supports all, and is healing, non-judgmental, and tolerant, all-seeing, all-knowing, and peace. I've been channeling him for over 25 years.
Wow.
Into books we have written children's books. These are the kinds of things that are the divine wisdom, as we think of them, want to share with us as Earth people, that what we're doing wrong is a little part of this, but what we can do right is a major part of what's here. They are teachers, they are guides, they are the wise ones that have solutions for us if we will listen.
I'm doing a documentary on Sasquatch, and you say you have something interesting to tell me about the big hairy beasts themselves.
Do too. There was a question here in the book, is there such a thing as Bigfoot, as many people claim to have seen? This is the question.
This is incredible, Carole. If what you're saying is true about what Pax has told you about what Sasquatch is, well, this could change everything we ever thought we knew about the evolution of humankind. And also why they stink so bad.
Well, when you put it that way, yes, it could.
After interviewing an ex-law enforcement officer about witnessing a UFO and two large hairy creatures, I teamed up with my buddy Mickey. Hey, you all set for some adventure? We went into the location to find any evidence of Bigfoot. We didn't know what to expect when a tree came crashing down. I do know one thing is Now I'm interviewing Carole Serene Borgens, a medium and channeler to the almighty God being, Pax, and she has just told me something unbelievable about what Sasquatches are. I'm doing a documentary on Sasquatch, and you say that you have something interesting to tell me what Pax has to offer about Sasquatch.
I do too. Pax replies, as your species continues to evolve, it is the case that anomalies exist. Given enough time in nature, particularly isolated nature, interbreeding becomes reality. Do some ask of human interbreeding with animals? There are genetic modifications and genetic quirks and recessive genes that come to the fore in all species. Is this one? We say there is evidence as stated by some and refuted by others. It shall remain a mystery. And later on he says, we speak again of genetic modifications and throwbacks, and know that it is the case in your world that these exist in all species. And this is no different. It is simply a hidden mystery to all but a few, and they know the existence of this mammal is real.
So Pax is basically saying that Sasquatch was created by humans interbreeding with another animal?
He's talking about that, and he's speaking in terms of hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. And there's a little bit more here, and this channeling I did yesterday for you. We are here to inform that this Sasquatch is indeed a reality where you seek it, and in fact, it watches the seekers. This is known. Sasquatch has been in life for centuries, yes, and remains living and hiding in plain sight. There have been few sightings that capture the essence of this being, but the being is present in your world. I asked if this is a hybrid creature. In fact, there have been interspecies contacts going back beyond the settling of this region by colonizers. Now, when Pax says this region, he's referring to the backcountry in your first video that I saw. This animal was present and flourishing in a woodland paradise until it was spotted and bothered by outsiders. Hostility around the capture of a Sasquatch is known and felt, and hiding from civilization is their way. This animal is adept at hiding and can be in plain view and not seen, a practiced skill. This is another example of what is in and near your world, whether Sasquatch of alien visitors having to hide from Earth people in fear of harm or capture, or worse. Your people are warring, and this keeps distance between Sasquatch and those who hunt to capture or kill. It is a sadness that your Earth people are this way. And he goes on to say that Sasquatch will continue to evade the seekers as long as there is malice in their hearts. This is a sensitive and intuitive animal that will remain in hiding as it fears greatly being found, and justifiably so.
Wow, that's interesting.
In terms of origins, he says interbreeding with humans, yes, hundreds of years ago began this hybrid species. Ends up saying this animal came from the early times when few remained in their original form and were becoming more adept at human-like behavior and learning basic skills. Now there is fear for their survival if found. This is a planet Earth failing, where fear takes over and capture is the way.
Well, this is amazing. I'm so happy to meet you, and what you're saying is quite interesting. And I want to say thank you so much for, joining me and telling me your story and about Pax. My time with Carole was very interesting, and it blows my mind to think that the creatures we call Sasquatch could very well be in front of us, and we wouldn't even see them. I've headed off to meet with a member of the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. I'm very excited to meet with Jason and to hear his thoughts on the subject of Sasquatch. How long have you been searching for Sasquatch?
It's going to be 15 years, 2021.
Action! How tall are you?
6'7".
6'7".
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this might be Sasquatch dressed as a human. He's going to kill me right now for doing this documentary on him. So you work with a team, a group.
Yes.
And what is the name of the team?
Well, I work with the BFRO. It's called the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization. They're based out of California. I'm also involved with a group here in British Columbia, the British Columbia Scientific Cryptozoological Club. So that's headed by John Kirk.
And he lives in Harrison?
He lives here. Yeah, he's a local. Yeah, he lives in Surrey, British Columbia. He's retired RCMP.
Tell me some techniques that you use when you go out looking for Sasquatch.
The principal thing that I use, recorders, audio recorders. Probably the most important component you'll have in your search. But what you do is you hang out, take part in wood knocking. So you hang out for a little while. You knock a couple times. You wait 30 minutes. You knock again. Turn on the recorder, hide it under the stump, hide it somewhere. Leave the area. Because what we found is that you would be 100 meters away, this thing starts picking things up. Whether it's a vocal, whether you hear footfalls, whether you hear knocks, whether it's wood, whether it's two rocks. That's going to be your first indicator that there's something in the forest that's not a bear, not a coyote, and not a human.
What do you use at night?
I've got some handheld thermals, little consumer ones like this. I've got another larger thermal imager. It's the type used by law enforcement, so I mount that on the roof of my truck. It's got a much better range, much better frames per second than these little units.
tell me the most amazing experience that you've had while searching for Sasquatch.
That'd be 2011. I was in an area not far from here. Getting near dusk, I'd hiked the area for about 5 hours that day. I was on my way out, and I realized I'd skipped a spot, a large puddle in the forest that held some mud. And we don't get a lot of good substrate for prints in coastal BC. You know, it's just often punches in the moss. So it was important I should go back and check it. So I got there, and I was just staring into the pond, you know, thinking to myself how small the skunk cabbage was for that time of year. And then I heard this clack, two rocks hitting each other. Now I know the area intimately. There was no steep slopes nearby with exposed rock. It's all just rolling hill with thick moss. No nearby streams where rocks could have fallen just into the stream bed. So I thought, well, just, you know, give it another 15 minutes, see if I hear it again. Of course, I grew impatient, so I started tearing up the moss. I got a couple rocks of my own. Nothing. Again, nothing. Probably took about 5 or 6 of those. Then I got a reply.
So how do you know it wasn't like another hiker playing a joke on you?
I don't know that. What I have is, it's almost dark. It's a Tuesday. It's the middle of the week. I'm well off trail in a spot not unlike this. What we do have is a history of reports, First Nations as well as other folks have had these encounters.
Did it make any noises, screams or yells?
Absolutely, no vocalization. No,
That's interesting, because usually you'd think that these kind of animals, if they exist, would make other noises other than just clapping, like especially if they're trying to scare you away.
And it's the manner in which I behaved, I'm sure, which garnered their curiosity. If I was hiking along trails to get to this area, if I heard people coming down a trail, I would run and hide. I go in there and I always assume, just go in there assuming that there's a Sasquatch watching you. And then if you behave in a manner which doesn't fit with the other, you know, hairless human chimpanzees that run around the woods, again, this is something that'll evoke their curiosity. I'm like, why is he hiding? Aren't those are his people? Yeah. Right? Why is he hiding from them? That's what we do. And then the other things, you know, the banging on the trees, you know, it's near as we can tell.
There could be one watching us right now.
Could very well be. There's a nice big berm right there. You know, it's a good distance away. They'd be so confident sitting up there. I mean, I would stand up to run up the hill. I'd barely get past you. He's already 50 meters down the trail. They're gone. They move like the wind. There's no place I'm happier than in spots like this.
We're sitting in the forest, snowing out. I mean, this is amazing.
It's glorious, isn't it? Yeah.
And it would be great to be able to have an experience right now.
It would.
So where are you? Come!
Yeah. If only it was that easy, right?
So what do you think Sasquatch is?
I think it's an ape.
Thousands of people that believe that Sasquatch could be an alien. What do you think?
I think it's a stretch. Just go with Occam's razor. What's most likely? We've got evidence of great apes of that size roaming the earth, but unfortunately science, you know, the folks in the ivory towers say it's gone, it's extinct, doesn't exist.
Do you think there has to be one shot and killed? A body?
Well, I think, yeah, Grover Krantz, John Green, they all came to the same conclusion. It's a body. That's what it's going to take. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. There'd be a lot of resistance. The problem is, when you have things like the extractive industries that are so important to so many economies, their greatest concern is, remember the spotted owl, because this is an animal that is dependent on old growth forest. They don't find them outside of old growth forest. They just can't cope not being in old growth forest. These apes are like crows. They can adapt. I go looking in clear cuts. I go in areas that have been logged 2-3 times. You find them there. There's a real irrational fear that it's going to, you know, put an end to logging and mining and all the other extractive industries. That's just not the case. I'd be remiss not to say that there would be efforts made to preserve some areas if we're able to determine that there's a family group or multiple family groups. But I think it's it's worthwhile. So we pay a little more for 2x4s and toilet paper.
I'm looking for evidence of Sasquatches. So where do you think I should go from here where I might have an encounter?
We're in an area now, it's what, a 40-minute hike to get back to our vehicles, and then what, an hour and a half probably to drive to downtown Vancouver.
Well, I want to say thank you so much. It was so nice meeting you.
Likewise, it was a pleasure, yeah.
And I think I will go and check out this area, see if maybe I can find something.
Good day for it.
Yeah.
You got a little snow down.
Maybe spend the night.
Can't hide those prints.
All right, well, I'll talk to you later.
Indeed you shall.
Wow, that was amazing. Jason seems like such a nice guy, and I am very excited to go on to my next location where I think that I might be able to find the elusive Sasquatch. After talking with Jason, I'm not sure if I feel okay with the idea of killing Sasquatch for science. A recent survey in the Bigfoot community indicated that 46% are okay with killing Bigfoot, 41% said no, and 25% are unsure. This is exciting. I'm on my way to a location not too far away from Vancouver, where there has been many eyewitnesses who say they have had encounters with big, hairy creatures walking on two legs. I'm hoping that I have an encounter. This is going to be great. I am going into the wilderness here. It is winter time. There's lots of snow. Searching for a creature that may or may not be real can be a little bit challenging. But I'm up for a great mystery, like I've said before. I'm going to be spending the night here, and hopefully I find something. As I make my way through the snow-covered forests, my adrenaline is flowing. I am so excited to be in nature, a place that brings my heartbeat to a whole new level. I can't wait to see what tonight will bring me. It is so peaceful here. Just listen. This is amazing. I am surrounded by wilderness. It is going to be very interesting tonight. Now I'm going to look for a place where I can build an ice cave so I can sleep in it. That looks interesting. I have to be very careful out here because there are other apex predators. You know, there's cougars, bobcat, coyotes. There's even bear. But right now, because it's winter time, bears are hibernating. But it doesn't mean that they can't be around, because there are cases of bears coming out of hibernation early. I just don't want to fall down in one of these crevices. There's even wolves out here. They can be quite dangerous too at times. Lucky for me, I have some really good experience with wolves. There are only two species of wolves in North America: the gray wolf, Canis lupus, and the red wolf, Canis rufus. The Arctic wolf, Canis lupus arctos, is the subspecies of the gray wolf. Wolves are one of the most beautiful animals. Their intelligence outweighs most mammals in North America. To feel their vibration when they howl is incredible. And it makes me wonder if wolves in the wild can respect a large 1,000-pound human-crossed primate as its equal. Well, I got the apple in the basket, but I'm not wearing the lipstick. Oh, crap. Oh. Look, I can explain everything. I know a guy that had a Sasquatch encounter with wolves. You say you have an interesting story about Sasquatch or Bigfoot.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. They didn't exist to me. Literally, I didn't think they were even real until literally seeing one of these things. The first time I'd seen one, it ran across the track on me and stood in between two trees. A couple months later, 6 months later, on that same trail, my daughters and I were out, and we were picking up rocks for a fire pit that we were making at the house.
Oh, yeah?
And I left the tool that I was using to dig rocks out with, and we started going up this trail, and it fell off, so I had to go back and get it. And when I was coming back up to the truck, you just got that real creepy, just like a fear feeling come over you. I don't get that very often in the woods. Literally all I wanted to do is get back up to my truck. And when I did, you could see it in my daughter's faces. They felt the same thing. Now, we'd been out there for hours, a light rain, nothing big, and everybody was having a really good time. Right up until that point, we all felt something. We were just cresting over the the little hill. You could see coming up the left side of the hill was a Bigfoot. And I'm thinking, hey, here it is, here it is, here it is. And that's what I'm saying to them. And we're all just focused on it at this point. You can see it. It stood out really big. And it ran across the street in almost like a hunched over, not like it was on all fours, because I never saw all four, its front paws or hands. I never saw them hit the ground. Right behind that was a wolf. Now, the wolf is a big wolf. I've measured its tracks before, and they're almost 6 inches. That's a very big track, like an alpha. So it was running with it, and it got to a point where when the Bigfoot got to the track, now it looked like they were in a full-out run, but then it just gapped the wolf. Literally, the wolf was still in a full run. It gapped it and just flew up the other side of the hill, and then the wolf crossed behind it. So I looked at it and I said, you see that, you see that? And they saw it, and so I got down the hill as fast as I could, and from this time now it's starting to rain really bad. And I went to see, where, if I could get another look at it. By the time it was gone, it had already gone over the other side of the hill.
Yeah.
And
so do you think it was the wolf was running with the Sasquatch, or was...
Running with it.
Yeah, this is it. This is perfect. You know what? I think this is it. This is a spot that I'm going to stay tonight. I just need to dig this out. Oh, this is exciting. It's going to be great. Hopefully it goes deep enough. I don't want to make it too big because I want to stay warm tonight. My luck, Sasquatch is going to come by. He's going to see this and bury me alive. This is great. There's enough room back down here where I can sleep sitting up. This is going to be an interesting night. I definitely will not be getting any sleep. I love this so much. Sasquatch may not be real, but the adventures and the mystery of looking for them is just exciting all to itself. Let the adventure begin. Good night. As the day's light turns to a freezing, snowing night, every sound in the darkness has me on edge. What was that? There is something out there. I need to go and explore it. People don't understand how scary it can be out here. As I walk in the darkness, I find out very quickly what can happen when you let your guard down in Mother Nature's playground. While on a mission to find evidence of Sasquatch, the trail has led me to interview a police officer who witnessed a UFO and 2 Sasquatches. I also interviewed Carole Borgens, who claims to channel the universal God being Pax, who told her interesting details about what Bigfoot is. I also interviewed Jason Sackerson. He is a member of the largest Bigfoot field researchers organization in the world. He told me his encounter with a large hairy creature, Sasquatch, standing on a logging road in the forests around Maple Ridge. And now I venture deep into the wilderness east of Vancouver. I've heard sounds that I couldn't identify, and while walking back to camp, my snowshoe got hung up, causing me to plummet down a cliff. Brushing off the snow and checking for any broken bones, I am fine, but just a little shaken up and embarrassed. I must remember that there is a lot more to worry about out here than a giant man-ape that may not even be real.
I hear something. It's over there. I can hear them walking in the snow. It's very creepy here at night. I never thought this through. What if I do come face to face with a 9-foot, man, ape, creature covered in fur? What am I supposed to do? I can see now why people kind of want to run away from the area. But you know what? I've put so much time and effort and money into this. As much as I feel like I want to pack up and leave. Did you hear that?
And because I cannot see what is making those sounds, I have to just assume it's an animal, like a deer or maybe another person hiking through the snow. Whatever it is, it seems to be moving away from me.
It may not look like it on film, but I am in total blackness. And it is very scary.
Then suddenly, from out of the darkness, I hear what could be possibly a howl. Or an owl.
I heard it again. I heard like a slight howl. Totally different than coyotes. You'd think it would be easy to find tracks of this so-called Sasquatch. But there is a lot of bunny tracks. There's a lot of squirrel tracks. I did see some wolf tracks just back there.
I do a few more howls with no reply, so I move into an area that I scouted out earlier in the day.
With the snow, I can see about maybe 20 feet. After that, it's just pure darkness. I'm using this infrared flashlight, so even though you see light, I still can't see nothing. I'm gonna head back to where I'm sleeping tonight. Maybe, just maybe, something might come around in the night.
Well, I didn't get too far when noises caught my attention.
I hear something. It's over there. What is that? Ah! Stupid thing. Do you hear the footprints? I am not alone. I have this apple. I'm gonna see if I can give it away. Hello?
What's strange is I could hear something moving around in the darkness. I just can't see anything. I'm beginning to wonder if my imagination is playing tricks on me. Maybe this is what Carole was talking about.
That this Sasquatch is indeed a reality where you seek it, and in fact, it watches the seekers.
I have something for you. Hello, I have a gift for you. It's an apple. I come in peace. It's not better than a pear. It's definitely better than a banana, which is usually what apes and gorillas like to eat. Hello? Are you hungry?
I can feel as if there's something out there. I'm staring into the darkness, imagining what would I do if Bigfoot came walking out to take my apple.
I hear something. It's delicious. It's sweet. Oh, you're missing out. You're missing out. Oh, it's very, it's delicious. I'm telling you, I want to get another one of this. So, you want it? Fine. I'll eat it all. No. It's delicious. You're missing out. I'm going home now.
Before I finally turn in for the night, I pull out my flare to scan the area for any large heat signatures.
Oh, it is so cold out here right now.
I was baffled to see that my screen was all yellow. I couldn't believe what I was seeing on my flare. What is it that seems to be moving from left to right? Is it a malfunction in my device? Or is this what Carole was talking about when she said that Sasquatches are able to hide from us in plain sight? Or is this what psychologists call pareidolia?
This animal is adept at hiding and can be in plain view and not seen. A practiced skill.
I can hear footsteps in the forest the entire time, but I couldn't visually see anything. The temperature outside was below zero, and anything with a heat signature would come up red or orange. What is it that looks red crossing the screen? Watch closely, and you can see it move slowly across the screen from the right to the left, and then suddenly move fast across the screen to the right. My time here is coming to an end soon, as the morning light is almost upon me. Wow, this has been an incredible journey. But the more that I research the phenomena around Sasquatch, the greater my wonderment grows. Am I chasing a myth, a monster, an urban legend? or my own shadow. I still have my doubts about Sasquatch, and I haven't had an experience of my own. But my doubts and my curiosity will be my companions as I continue my search for the elusive Sasquatch. These last couple of weeks have been very exciting, and I've made new friends and journeyed into places that were filled with adventure. Like my best friend always says, if at first you don't succeed, give up. It's just not for you. Okay, so I have a feeling he just really doesn't like me. Mickey, this is called old man's beard. It's also called lichen. Believe it or not, believe it or not, son of a bitch. Okay, I got the apple for the basket, but I'm not putting that lipstick on. Oh crap. Oh. This is like a deer.
You think it's a doe?
I don't know if it's female. Hey, you know what? I wonder, do you think females have a better chance of getting close to, hey. Okay.
Man.
Mickey, hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Hey, good. You all set for some adventure? Son of a bitch. Mickey, I gotta go right now. I'm gonna go and see this.
Jason,
I'm gonna see it again. I'll just sit here and just wait and watch. My camera flash.